Good morning, everybody. Today, that is Wednesday, 2nd of June 2021, and we are in the class for Master in Business Administration, second semester students. The subject is marketing management. Today, we will be doing a new topic. In fact, the second topic in product, and this is your product mix, right? So let's get started. Now, product mix involves in product mix involves planning, developing and producing the right type of products and services for the consumers, right? Now, product mix is something that deals with the product range of the company, durability and other quality aspects, and other quality aspects of the brand. Emphasis is there on the proper branding of the product along with producing the right product for the consumer, along with the branding, branding, packaging, color and other product features, right? Because these things are equally important as product nowadays, right? So product planning and development involves decisions about the following points. Number one, quality of the product. What should be the quality of the product, right? What quality of the product is that we are going to offer to our consumers, or what is that quality that we are going to offer to different groups of our consumers, right? Second is size of the product. What should be the size of the product? What is the ideal size of the product in which the consumer is expecting our product to be? Third is your design of the product. Very important. Now, consumer feel like having a product in a particular design. They do not like the same product in a different design. Fifth, volume of production. What should be your volume of production, right? Your volume should not be as large as like lot of stock is piled in your godowns or with your dealers and distributors, and it should not be like that there falls shortage of your product, right? The volume of production should be such that it should match to the demand of the product, right? Now, packaging is very important. As we have already discussed in marketing mix, that packaging has become the fifth P of marketing nowadays, right? Packaging has become fifth P of marketing mix nowadays. So packaging is very important in today's world, right? Sixth, branding. Now, branding is everything nowadays, right? If you succeeded in making your brand established in the market, you will be earning the benefit of your brand for a pretty longer period of time. Next, warranty and after sales services, very important. Everybody wants to have a product which should be in warranty and which should be having the facility of proper after sales services too, because after sales services are as important as that of products. No consumer in today's time would like to purchase a product which is without warranty and whose after sales services are not available in that region or in that country. Next is your product testing. Product testing is very much necessary because you cannot launch a product into the market without properly testing the product. And product will be launched in, and when you test the product, you may or may not notice a few glitches that you can easily correct those glitches, because there are only a few number of units of the products which have been manufactured, and after correcting all those problems in the product, you can finally launch the product in the market, right? Next is your product range, right, etc. Product range is the range of the product. We will be understanding all of them in detail also, including the product range, product width, product depth, product line, right? Now, moving further. Now, these decisions are very important from the product mix point of view, right? when you are buying a product as a customer, a consumer is not considering it as only a product, but for a product is a bundle of satisfaction for the consumer. It is not a single thing, but it is a bundle of satisfaction for the consumer. Now here, for example, if a buyer is purchasing refrigerator, he is not purchasing cooling chamber and a compressor. He is looking for attractive design, durability, color, freedom from noise, quick cooling, and so on. Right? He is not merely purchasing a compressor or a cooling chamber. He is purchasing lot many things other than it that I have mentioned in this example too. Now, this is the reason product mix has become great importance in order to meet different kind or in order to meet the needs of different kind of customers that exist in the market. Right. Now, product item. Now, what is a product item? Let's understand them one by one. Product item is a specific version of product that has product item means a specific version of a product that has a separate designation in the product list, right? Product item is an item which is mentioned as a separate item in the product list of the manufacturer. That is product item, means it is having its separate identity, right? It refers to a specific model, brand, or size of a product that a company sells. It is a specific model, brand, or size of a product that a company sells. It becomes product item. Like you are purchasing a shirt and you want to have a shirt of 44 size, so it is a product item, right? Because exclusively shirts are made for 44, 42, 40, 38, right? These are the standard size, so it is a product item in that case. For example, Videocon refrigerator. Videocon has a particular refrigerator, and among those refrigerator, Videocon has a refrigerator. So Videocon TV is a separate product item. Videocon refrigerator is an another product item. Videocon do have its music system also. So Videocon music system is the third product item, right? Now, product line. Let us understand product line all the time. Many of the time I have used this terminology product line. Now, what is product line? Let us understand it in detail. Now, product line is a group of products that are closely related to each other because they satisfy a class of needs and are used together or are sold to the same customer. Now, what do we mean when I say that? Product line includes a number of products or a group of products which are closely related because they satisfy a common type of needs. They may be used by the same consumer, right? These needs are closely related. They satisfy a class of needs, are used together, or maybe sold to the same customers, right? They are marketed through large channels. Their channel of distribution is comparatively longer as compared to other products. Examples: a range of toilet soaps constitute a product line. Like if we talk about Hindustan Unilever, it is having a lot of soaps. Okay, so it is a product line. Like Godrej consumer products includes toilet soaps consisting of Synthol, Vigil, Ganga, Godrej number one, Fair Glow, etc. All these are soaps, but these are different. These are being developed as different brands. These are being developed as different brand of soaps. All these are soaps, but these are being developed. This is the complete product line in case of soap for Godrej soaps. Godrej has 5 or 6 different soaps in the same product line, right? This is called as product line. Similarly, Voltas have a product line which includes air conditioning, which includes window AC, split AC, centralized AC, AC cassettes and all. Like Videocon, Voltas manufactured air conditioners. It has a long product line in case of air conditioners. It is manufacturing window AC, it is manufacturing split AC, it is manufacturing centralized AC, right? It is manufacturing VRV that you might have seen in the university in teachers chamber or in some or the other of the classrooms, right? Big multi-product companies are having different product lines at the same times. For example, Samsung has multiple product line including audio visual product line, TVs, VCR, etc., right? Refrigeration product line including fridge, etc., air conditioning including ACs, and cleaning including washing machines, vacuum cleaners, etc. Okay, like Samsung, I have talked about, it is having different product line in refrigerator, different product line in televisions, different product line in air conditioners, different product line in cleaning products, including washing machines and your vacuum cleaners. Right. So Samsung is having different product line. We have talked about the soap product line of Godrej. We have talked about the air conditioning product line of Voltas. Right. So this is the product line. Now, product width and product depth. Now, the width of the product mix is determined by the number of different product lines which are offered by a firm, right? Repeated, the width of the product mix of a firm is determined by the number of different product lines offered by the firm. Like we have seen, the product width of Samsung is comparatively larger as compared to rest of the companies whose example we have seen on the last slide, because Samsung is offering a more number of product lines as compared to rest of the companies. So the product width of Samsung is comparatively greater than the product width of Voltas or the product width of Godrej, because it is offering more product line as compared to Godrej or that of Voltas. Product width is the product width represents how big the company is, right? You can easily assess the size of the company by understanding the product width of the company. The product depth depends upon the number of product items offered in the line. Product depth depends upon the number of product items offered in the product line. The more is the number of product item in the product line, the larger is the product depth. And what is product item? We have already understood, right? It reflects the firm's segmentation approach and marketing orientation, right? Because such large number of product items need a proper type of segmentation too. For example, here a wide range of televisions marketed by LG is an example of depth of its TV line, but its width consists of VCRs, music system, intercom system, and washing machines, right? So LG is having lot many televisions in its product line of television. LG has lot many models, lot many product items. So its product depth is is comparatively wider as compared to rest of the company. Moreover, its product width is also it is having a large product width also, because it is having different products lines and number of product lines too, right? Other than right, so this is about the product depth and product width in case of LG, right? Coming down to the next, which is product consistency. Now, what is product consistency? Now, considerations in developing of marketing strategy depends upon a number of factors. The main question is the consistency of the product line, right? Length, width, and depth of the product line. Length, width, and depth we have already understood, right? Consistency is how closely product lines are related to each other in terms of their end use. Product lines in terms of their end use, production requirements, and distribution channels, right? Now, product lines are consistent if they go by a particular distribution channel. Product line becomes more consistent if the distribution channel which is followed in order to distribute those products are similar. It will becomes easier even for the manufacturer or for the marketer also. For example, Godrej sells soap, Synthol, Marvel, etc., shaving creams, liquid detergent, liquid hair dyes, but it is not the, but here what Godrej is doing, Godrej is most of the time using the same channel in to market these products which are belonging to the same product line, right? Because the you may be able to find all of these products are with the same retailer, right? So he may use the same channel of distribution in order to distribute these products, because these products falling under the related product lines, right? Although the product line for soap is different, product line for hair colors is different, product line for detergent is a little different, but you will be able to find all these products under the same roof to a in with a common retailer. So Godrej or companies like these may use same distribution channel in order to distribute these products to the retailers. BPL, this brand is, although this is no more, but if we consider LG in LG at the place of BPL, then that will be a valid example that LG sells its refrigerators, systems, cleaning systems from one dealer shops, but it has two refrigerator cleaning systems they can sell from one dealer shop, but it has to look into different production requirements for the two, because the production requirements for a refrigerator is comparatively different from the production requirements for washing machines and cleaning equipment, because the technology which is being used in refrigerator and washing machines and vacuum cleaners is comparatively different, right? Thus they need to have different physical spaces, technology, different machines, and personals, and different personals who are specialized in manufacturing refrigerators, who are specialized in manufacturing washing machines. They have to employ them in order to produce these products separately, right? Now moving further, factors influencing product mix. What are those factors that exerts deep influence on product mix, right? Organization keeps on changing their product mix if it is so desired, right? It keeps on adding new product from time to time and eliminating the existing products, those which are not in good demand by the consumers. The important reasons for changing the product mix may be summarized as under. Number one, change in demand, right? Change in demand is the main reason for the change in the product or market demand. Change market demand for a product may change because of the following reasons. Number one, change in population. When change in size or and composition of population takes place, it becomes change in demand for a particular product, and ultimately you will required either to modify that product or to eliminate that product from your production line. Increase in population means increase in demand, right? When population increase, the demand will definitely increase, right? It makes you to increase the quantity of production of that product so that the product may reach to the consumer at the right time and at the right place. Otherwise the consumer will shift to some other brand or some other substitute of your product, right? Second point, change in consumer income. When the consumer income increases, the purchasing power of the consumer will definitely be increased, and consumer will be purchasing either better brand or larger quantity of your product, right? And here buyers are able to buy more goods, right? Because of this, the companies are compelled to alter their product mix, and they review their product mix and draft it accordingly. Third is change in consumer behavior, right? When demand changes due to change in consumer behavior, buying attitudes, buying patterns, etc., right? This makes the company to make changes in their product mix, right? Which is but obvious. Second point, marketing influencing. To get the advantage of large scale production and to earn higher profit, firm increase their production up to the optimum capacity that they can, right? When product increases, it reduces the transportation cost and including the selling cost. Third point, production efficiency. When firm increase its production, it is having the benefits of economies to scale, right? Thus it may be able to install heavy machineries and do the division of labor and specialization in order to get more sophistication, right? It also invests a lot of money in research and development to develop better product for the consumer, right? This helps in changing the product mix once again. Now fourth point, financial influences. When firm increases its production, it enjoys economies to scale and it need more amount of fund in order to increase its production. It can raise capital from the market or somewhere. It may raise capital from sources it may feel comfortable, right? Financial expenses per unit will come down because with the larger scale of production, the company will be getting the benefits of economies to scale. With larger production, you need to invest less amount of cost, right? But because of shortage of finances or resources, the company have to drop certain product because of financial crunch. If financial crunch is there, company may compel to discontinue or decrease the production of certain products or eliminate certain products from its product mix. Fifth, use of waste material. Certain companies also produce certain products by using the residual material or waste material which is left behind from other products in order to produce certain products. This bring down the cost of the main product in totality, right? Now, sixth point, competitors strategy, right? Before deciding the product mix, what happens? Before deciding the product mix, it is required to see that whether the product is matching to the competitor's strategy or not, right? Now, profitability. Company has to consider the ultimate impact of profitability on the organization, because profitability has to be there in any case, because without profitability the organization cannot function. Profitability is necessary to ensure whether the product will be able to bring profitability to the company or not, or whether the product will be able to increase the profitability of the company or not. If the product is such that it may bring profitability to the company, then there is no problem, let's go for it. But if the situation is such that profitability which is expected from that product is dicey, then you have to rethink about that particular product, right? Product should be such that should be improving the profitability of the company, or that should be boosting the profitability of the company, or that should be increasing the profitability of the company. Only then the company will be interested in making that product, otherwise the company will not, right? Now, product standardization and product simplification. Now, products are made in accordance to the standards which are being determined or which are being set in advance, right? Deciding the standards for product requires a considerable amount of planning, right? Standards are fixed, taken into consideration the process involved, the nature of the product, market demand of that product, etc. These are some of the factors on the basis of which you will decide upon this point. Now, standardization includes different elements like grading, packaging, labeling, branding, etc. All these are the elements which are being involved in determining the standardization of the product. Now, simplification, if we talk about it, means elimination of unnecessary items or unprofitable items. Eliminating the unnecessary items or those items which are not profitable for the organization, right? Product lines are reduced here because unprofitable items or unnecessary items will get eliminated from the product lines, right? Standardization concentrate on optimum number, types and grade of products. Okay, standardization do not want unnecessary product. Standardization and simplification do not want unnecessary product to be included in the product line. Rather, they believe in eliminating all those, so that you may be able to concentrate only those products which are giving you profits and which are liked by the customers the most, right? Simplification is focused on product line and manufacturing procedures, but standardization is more concerned with particular product or a particular process, right? Simplification is commercial in nature while standardization is technical in nature, because standardization is technical in nature. It focuses more on the technical aspects, right? Now, product mix strategies. Now, the important product mix strategies may be summarized as under. First is your expansion of product mix, right? Expanding product lines is an important decision if consumers are want to enjoy a wide variety of brands, so that they may be having wide variety of product to choose from so that they may be able to shift from one product to another product. Or if competitors have right, consumer may have option to shift from one product to another, and if competitors lack such kind of product, or competitor may have expanded in such kind of area, right? So in that case, such kind of strategy is very fruitful. But the main drawback of this strategy is unavailability of sufficient finance, time and equipment, because fund may always be a problem in certain cases, right? Moving further, product mix strategies, right? Expansion in the present product mix is done by increasing the number of product lines or product depth within the product line. These new lines may be related, these new product line may be related, or these new product line may be unrelated. It totally depends upon the decisions that the company has taken for its product mix, right? Now, here, for example, large provision stores may add drugs, cosmetics, and housewares include with, while at the same time increase their assortment of dry fruits, baby food, detergents, depth. This is the product depth, etc. So these may be certain options in order to do, or in order to implement such kind of strategy, right? Now, coming down to the second strategy, contracting or dropping the product. It is a difficult strategy because you have already invested a hell lot of money in developing a product, right? In practice, products are allowed to remain in the market till the time they are profitable and till the time they are being sold on a no profit or no loss basis, right. But product will not be permitted to remain in the market when they start giving you marginal losses. Thus you need to decide upon contraction of the product. And in such situation, when you are deciding upon contraction, there are certain options which are available for you in this regard. The product may be consolidated with several others in the lines of few styles, sizes, or added benefits are offered with the product, or the position can be simplified within a line, right? The stock that you are having for that product, you may go for sales promotion strategy in that case, and you may sell that product on discount, so that at least you may be able to clear the stock that you are having piled in with you, and you may be able to dilute your stock into cash, right? So that you may not be subjected to heavy losses in case of that product. Even then, if the product fails, the company may drop it altogether, right? After exhausting with the stock of the product, you may discontinue manufacturing that product, right? Moving further, the third strategy